Good morning, everyone. I'm Bondar JR, also known as the Silver Wolf, also simply known most days as Ron. We're here to stream some EVE Online. Today is viewer mining event day, so hopefully you guys are excited about mining, because we're going to mine. We're going to mine. I am headed back to Ufine because of my fiasco yesterday. I was out of position. So, Scimitar, thanks for the 30 stream streak. Appreciate you, buddy. Scimitar, Dude Vince, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Let me know who needs an invite. I got Scimitar. I'm going to send you an invite. I don't see any of your... Oh, there's one. So I didn't see any of your... I got a couple of your guys now, so...
Warp drive active.
I'll be back in Ufine momentarily. Let me know who needs an invite in the in-game chat. Actually, I probably should put this out here. What else? What else? Scimitar, Ganalachi. Yeah, we're probably not going to do any LP today, Street Corner. Sorry. We're going to just do mining, so... So yeah, if you want to join us for the mining, by all means. But yeah, I'm not doing any LP today. Well, at least not yet. Probably not till the end, so... Probably not till the end. See if any of my jobs are done. Pioneer's done. What do we get? 9 out of 10. Excellent. Excellent. 9 out of 10. That's a big one. So I think that's going to give me the consortium. Yep. I still got to do that. But yeah, sorry about that, dude. F you, good to see ya. I saw a couple of your guys in there. Let me know if you want me to invite them. All good. I'm just ratting. No worries. Do you have access to maple syrup? Yeah, we from SNR we were able to get some Aunt Jemima. So, but I'm going through it pretty quick. Finishing up Vengeance with Hell out there soon. No worries. Joe Chico, good to see ya. Today's our mining event day. Joe Chico, if you want to join us. Oh, we are in Ufine. You join the in-game channel. We can get you hooked up with a fleet invite. Next coffee cup, use it in place of sugar. I'll try that. I'll try that. And you can fly a Hulk. Excellent. Excellent. No, sir, Bob. Expanded. Try to go with my go-tos. Nope, missing components. Missing components. Why would that be 8? Always be 10. Nanomechanical. We might be able to make some nanomechanical. If I spell it right. Nope. Can't even make one. I tell you, some days doesn't pay to get out of bed. Alright, stalking you, fiend. Sorry. I know I have some ammo.
Docking permission requested.
That makes our hail. Let's do that one.
Docking request accepted.
Come on. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it. Because it's in a container in Venolin. I made these copies for my other alts. I can't get them to them because it's in a container. Technically, I still haven't built anything. Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Okay. So we're covered. Alright. Let's switch ships. Alright, let's get Mako. Sorry, not paying attention. There's Mako. There's Dodo. Alright, cool. Cool. Arg, you're about 54 jumps. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, 8 jumps from Dodixie. 8 jumps from Dodixie. But yes, it is. It can be a haul. Can be a haul. So I apologize. I'm gonna go out there and see what we got. But yeah, Darth, I'll try that. I will try that. I'm sure I'll have another cup here. I have another cup here in a few minutes, so I'll give that a try. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Problem is, sugar's easier to get than Aunt Jemima, but I can stock up. Aunt Jemima's got a nice shelf life, so like forever. All right, so he's covered. We actually logged in Tuesday night to get Wednesdays daily so that I didn't miss out. So yeah, no worries, Tamitsu. I saw you over there. I'm sorry, Scimitar. I didn't check to see if you were already someplace. Nope, you're not. All right, I'm in 7-7. And it don't look like much. It don't look like much. But about normal. About normal. About normal. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I have. Is I have a jump clone here. Not that I really use it that much, but I do have a jump clone here for just such emergencies. Bring Kurgan out here. Oh. My mouse pad is lit all the way across my desk. What's up with that? What's up with that? Sorry. Chewing on my fingers again. Disgusting, disgusting habit. Disgusting habit. Stream feed is fluctuating in bandwidth quite a bit, so I apologize if you guys are having issues. Like Kurgan's stuff is working good, okay. Cool beans. Actually got one close enough. Oh, I did put an MTU in here. Oh. And I've got rats. What's up with that? What's up with that? That's totally uncool. How did they sneak up on us? They must have came for Scimitar. Because they sure as heck weren't bothering me earlier. Alright, well, we're going to take care of them. Going home. How you doing today? Dragon Horde, good to see ya. I have not. I don't have the skills for it yet, but it is one on the list. We do have usually at least one person out here flying Outrider, so on good days. So once again, we are having our mining event today. If you guys want to join us, you're welcome to join us. Everyone is welcome. And we are in Ufine, which is in Galente space. And I need to open my hold because it's going to fill up. All right. Excellent. Fish on. Fish on. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. Now we're cooking with gas. I'm still too far away. Come on. How many times I gotta hit F? Find it quicker than endurance. Yeah, used to raid ore anomalies. Yeah. I don't think I have the skills for the Outrider yet. I might. I might. I say I don't, but that might be a lie. Might be a lie. But yeah, let me know if you guys want an invite. Throw X or some kind of identifier in the in-game channel, and I will get you invited. Everyone is welcome. We've got boost. We got compression. No charge. We don't take tips. We provide this service free of charge. ISEC mining once a week. Just because we love you. Just because we love you. Special thanks to Scimitar, who was boosting today. Got off a few already ganked active papers today. There you go. Yeah, I saw you had said something in Steve's about getting hit. And Jita. Kempfin, good to see ya. Listen to Eddie Money. Come on. Come on. More the merrier. More the merrier. We love it. I got Puto again. So life is good. Life is good. Looks a little green on the camera. It's really not green, so I apologize. From the other side. Puto looks delicious. What do you like to top it with? So it actually has a dollop of cheese on top. So I don't put anything on it. It's got everything it needs. Got everything it needs. Unlock. Got everything it needs. So yeah. Let me deploy this MTU. Launch for sale. Yeah, that's my favorite. One of my nieces, one of my wife's nieces, makes it here as a business in the Philippines, and she does all right. She does all right. It's really good. I definitely enjoy it. Every little thing she does is magic. Yeah, yep. I don't usually put them in the microwave. Our microwave here, it's got... My wife can do something where she gets it to do what she wants, but it's got like a 30-second minimum. And after 30 seconds, they're too hot to eat and they get hard. So yeah, I like them because they're nice and fluffy and soft, and so.
The asteroid is depleted.
Way. Every little thing she does is magic. Alright. But I like them fresh out of the refrigerator. Nice and cold. So yeah, just open the door early. Yeah, you can do that. Ours is weird too, where when you grab the door, even if it's stopped, it starts up again. So if you holding the door, it somehow starts. So I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem safe. So yeah. So hungry, maybe I'll just grab a coffee with a bagel. There you go. There you go.
The asteroid is depleted.
Seth G. Stewart, good to see you. We missed you. On Tuesday, we did RimWorld. We did RimWorld. We started a new one. Started a new one. I'm not sure if it was such a good idea or not, but we started a new one. Yeah, it is kind of scary. Yeah, everything's made of concrete, so the structure doesn't burn. But it's amazing how many times I've seen fires in the concrete houses where The flames are shooting out the concrete windows. So yeah. Still have the fires. And they have fire departments here. So I'm not sure if they're volunteer like in America or not for the small communities. Everything here is a small community. I shouldn't say everything. Manila, BGC, those are larger, but Cebu is larger. Some of the major cities, but for the most part, everybody lives in a smaller community. So, and they do have fire departments, which I'm glad to see. So, they sit around most days, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, sorry about yesterday. Close to water. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We're a mile or two from the beach. Where the house where we're building. Where we're at here, it's probably a little further. Probably 10 to 20 miles to the beach from here. But yeah. But yeah, sorry about yesterday. So the deal we have with our engineer, who's technically our contractor, we have a set price for our home build, which is about the only way I would do it. He's given us a very good contract negotiation on that one, very good terms. And we did 30% down. And then we're supposed to have a checklist that shows us what that 30% covers. We've never gotten that checklist, unfortunately. But that check was to also let us know when the next 30% is due. So we knew it was going to be soon. So, unfortunately, to pull the money out of my retirement account takes a couple days. So he contacted my wife on Monday and was like, or Tuesday, and said, hey, I need some more money. We were like, what the hey? You're supposed to give us a list so we can follow along, and didn't have that. So he was like, well, you weren't supposed to give me money until the roof is on. That was the thing. But his contract also states that if the material cost goes up, he eats it. It does not come back on us. The contract price stands. And he said, and material costs have gone way up in the past 2 months. And he's figuring, since summer is March, they're going to go up again. So he's like, so I want to buy the materials now so that I can avoid material cost increases. And I said, okay, that makes sense. I said, but I need 3 days to get it. So what we did is we had money that we have here for a safety buffer. So we drove to where he was yesterday. We drove to the bank to get it out, which is a nightmare here. Not like America. America, you go to the bank, they give you your money. No questions asked. Here, even though it's your money and you have proven that it's your money and you've transferred it legally, it is the third degree. So it took my wife an hour and a half to get her money, our money, out of her bank. So yeah, it is kind of a bad deal for him. So yeah, our plan is to take care of him so that he doesn't end up eating it all. But it is the contract's very favorable for us. So he also has a clause that we only pay 90%. We pay 90% of the house build until a year after we move in. And then we pay the final 10%. To make sure he covers any fixes, repairs, corrections. and which is very lucrative for us as well. So, but yeah, he's the only one that would give that. So, had a friend who used to live down there working on ships. He said water was awesome. Yep. I actually have my level 1 scuba certification. I had planned to get level 2. I haven't got that far yet, but yeah, does not benefit him. Now, in his case, he's got it marked up pretty good, so he's making a pretty substantial profit, but it is going to cut into his profit. But that was his plan all along, was to buy materials early so that he didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I'm not sure why he didn't, but because he did for many of the other things, but yeah, so that's where we're at. So that was why I had to miss yesterday. So yeah, I apologize for that, because we had to rush out there to spend an hour and a half getting the money out of the bank and then take it to him so he's covered. It wasn't the full 30% that we were going to pay him. It was a fraction of that so that he can buy the materials, and then we'll give him the rest. Yep. Joe Chico's got it. But yeah. So yeah, so we want to at least accommodate it, since it is kind of on him. Like you said, it's not the best deal for him. So I don't know if he's making that same deal with his other clients, because he's got a lot of clients since he picked us up. So, which is good for him. Which is good for him. Not so good for us, because he's pulling our foreman away many times to take care of things with other clients, which I'm not happy with, but is what it is.
The asteroid is depleted.
Is what it is. Is you is. Is you ain't my baby. Kimon, see, good to see ya. Sorry. Horrible habit showing on my fingers. They are very rough, and they are bugging the crap out of me. I've got a couple of them already chewed down to the bone, so. Yeah. So that's where we were yesterday, so sorry about that. Yeah. But yeah, we got him what he needed, so he's able to order the supplies he needs. We're going to provide him the other percentage of the 30% for the next payment early. Probably the end of this week, beginning of next week, so. But yeah, it should work out good for everybody. So. But yeah, I want to honor it, since, like I said, the contract's not the most lucrative for him, but it does protect us very well, which is one of the problems I had. So he's got one person that has solicited him now to do work for them. They had I'm not sure if their contractor was Chinese. They're Chinese. I'm not sure if their contractor was Chinese, but they took 40% down payment, which was higher than ours. They did 11% of the work and then took off with the other 29%. And so now they need someone to finish the job. And so they've solicited him about finishing the job. And so, yeah, so he is getting work. He is maybe, I don't want to say the only honest contractor we met. We talked to several, and he definitely gave us the best terms. So he was a little higher than some of the others, but The price is guaranteed, which is what I required. And so yeah. So we're very pleased with him. Like I said, even though he hasn't provided us the list. And I told him, I said, yeah, I have no problem. He kept apologizing. I said, you don't need to apologize. I said, I have no problem giving you more money. I said, I knew you need it. Scammed by the Chinese, yep. I said, I have no problem giving you more money because I knew that time was coming. I said, I need you to realize, because we told him in the beginning, it's like 3 days, which is why we wanted to follow along and make sure there weren't any surprises, because it takes me 3 days to get it out, so I don't want you to be waiting on me. Get in a bind and be waiting on me. And so he's like, oh, not a problem. He had actually purchased a lot of the materials before we gave him the first payment, which was, we had materials delivered before we had paid him the first payment. So yeah, he's been above and beyond. So don't know if my bud Patrick L's still doing ship business down there. We said good peeps down there. Yeah, most of them are good. They don't see it. They don't see taken from the Americans as stealing. They see it as forced charity. So there's a lot of stolen materials, a lot of things of that nature, because they believe Americans are very well off and can do without. And so what we've tried to do is we've tried to take care of our workers to keep that kind of stuff from happening. So, in fact, we were told yesterday. So we also went, since he was in Lipa, which is where one of his other projects is, I was actually surprised. I thought it was almost done, but it's not. They still got a lot of finishing work to do. Which kind of explains why he keeps pulling my foreman away. But yeah, we stopped there because that's where he was at. And we saw their progress there, which finishing work looks great, but it's not as far as I thought it should be. And so, most of his slowdowns there are the client. So... But yeah, so one of the things they told us there, they said, oh, you're the San Juan build. You're the San Juan build. Nobody wants to come here and work here anymore because they all want to work for you. They all want to be at your build. In fact, we can't get the foreman to come back, and I'm like, well, I beg to differ with you. The foreman's been back 4 or 5 times, so I've been pissed about it. But yeah, they were like, but actually, with several of the tile layers there will be working on our site when the time comes to lay tile. So, but yeah. Yeah, you have to check with your buddy there, Ultimitsu, and see if he's still here, because I'd love to touch base with him. Oh, we got more rats. Rats seem to be causing problems. I think last week we didn't have a single rat the whole time we were out here. Not today. That Jesuit Gamer, good to see you. Thanks for being here. A bucket of chicken and a cooler beer. Yep. And that's, I think, why they like it. Is because we're always bringing them food. It's amazing. They make like $10 a day. Okay? That's what they get paid. And they have to buy their food out of that $10 a day, which is kind of ridiculous. Food here's cheap, but still kind of ridiculous. And so we provide them food as often as we can, usually once or twice a week, and to try and help them out. Because I think that's a lot to ask. But honestly, it's probably one of the best jobs here in the Philippines, because jobs are very hard to come by here in the Philippines, especially for men. Perfect example is our foreman is 69. Still working hard. His brother is also on our job site, 64. So yeah, it's if they can find the work. Now he's very good at what he does. So in his case, he's pretty much. I don't think they'll let him stop because he's so good. But yeah. Speaking of that, though, he's got several siblings. One of his brothers passed away on Sunday. So our thoughts and prayers go out to him and the family. But our foreman is going to be actually possibly leaving today. Him and his brother leaving today. And maybe their cousin also works on our job site. I'm not sure if the cousin's going or not. To attend the... here in the Philippines, they don't have a formal funeral. They put the body in the house. And people come and see it for a week, a month, a year. And that's how they do things. And so, yeah, it's interesting. Definitely more interesting than the way we do it in America. So, yeah. Oop. But, yeah. Got them all salvaged up. Pick these guys up. Oop. But yeah, so he said to me, I'm going to be here all week. And then he said, but my brother died. And I'm like, well, then you're not going to be here all week. He said, you need to go home. He's like, no, I'm not. He said he was going to go home Saturday when I talked. That was on Sunday. So I haven't been over to the site since Sunday. I'm going to try and go over today. The wife is in Manila today. Again, since we were in Lipa yesterday. But yeah, I'm going to try to go over there today. But I was there on Sunday, but I didn't take any film on Sunday. So the last video that's uploaded is Saturday. But where was I headed with that? So yeah, so he said he was going to leave on Saturday. Him and his brother. And now I guess they've been waiting on materials to be delivered. So they're out of cocoa lumber to build the scaffolding. And so the cocoa lumber has been supposed to be delivered for 3 or 4 days now, has not showed up. So he's like, okay, if the materials show up, then I'll leave on Friday. If they don't show up, I'll leave on Thursday. So it's a good bet when I get there today, he may already be gone. So. But yeah. Not a problem. Why is it not letting me pick it? Because I'm too far away. How did it get so far away? I'm not moving. I just deployed it, for Christ's sake. Not mine, dingbat. It's Kragan's. I tell you, some days it really doesn't pay to get out of bed. Really doesn't pay to get out of bed. Probably a good thing you can't pick up somebody else's mobile tractor. Probably a good thing. But yeah. So, no worries. About to head to Walmart. Do you have anything like that, by the way? So we have what they call Shoe Mart here, which is kind of the equivalent of Walmart. Not as cheap as Walmart, because they're usually more expensive than getting it somewhere else. But they have, like, everything. And that's probably the only one that has everything. So, what are you doing out there? Sorry, I've been out of the mix for a few months now. So this is our weekly mining event where I mine with my viewers. So you're welcome to join us. We're mining in Eufene. No worries, FU. And so, yeah, check and see how far away you are. Make sure there's no gank spots between you and us, as that is possible. But yeah, you're welcome to join us. Everybody's welcome. We've got compression, we've got boost. Best in the business. And so, Lego, good to see you, buddy. But yeah. But yeah, I was sorry to hear about Foreman's brother passing it. So I'm assuming he's younger than the one that... So yeah, so he's 69, still working as foreman. His brother, 64, is also on our crew. So... Booga, good to see you, buddy. If you guys aren't following Booga, please give Booga a follow. But yeah, so thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. So somebody just said asteroid is depleted, but yeah. Booga and Lego. It's lunch. There you go. Still not lunch for me yet. Continues well. Off to lose about 200 in groceries. All right. Good luck, Ultimitsu. Appreciate you. We'll probably be here when you get back. But yeah, that Jesuit Gamer, you're welcome to join us out here if you want. Any mining ship you got, or we even have a few loaners. Though I think our loaners are not equipped. Which is one of the things on my list to get taken care of. Yeah, so sorry again about yesterday. I want to say engineer troubles, but material cost troubles. Which is kind of the cost of doing business, so. And then, yeah, Foreman, like I said, will be gone for probably a few days for his family. He's had his brother passed away last Sunday. So yeah, here in the Philippines, when a family member dies, they put him in a coffin in the middle of the living room for anywhere from a week. I've heard the longest I've heard is a year. And let people come and visit. During that time, the whole time, the family provides food for anybody who comes and visits, which is kind of a very costly for the family. So that's one of the reasons why some of them only do it for a short amount of time. I'm not sure how long it's going to be for Foreman's brother, but yeah. When engineer pulls him away, I get upset. But this one is understandable. Definitely not a problem for him to attend to his family affairs. So, but he felt bad, and I'm like, no, don't feel bad. You can't control this one. So he feels bad when he gets pulled away by engineer. So yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, I think he's the best. I don't say unfortunately. Fortunately, he's the best foreman engineer has. So engineer right now is running 4 teams. When we started with him, he said he only ran 2 teams, which I liked, because that way he could focus on those 2 projects. Unfortunately, since taking us on and the publicity he's gotten from taking us on, he has increased to 4 teams. Which he had the manpower for 4 teams. He just doesn't have the foremen for 4 teams. So foreman is having to work double and triple duty. So, which I'm not a fan of. I specifically chose our foreman from his group of people because of his work ethic and everything else. And but yeah, as the workers in Lipa said yesterday, they said, you're the ones who own the San Juan property. Nobody wants to come in here anymore. They all want to work for you. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So, F you, gotcha. Should have got the invites. Let me know if you didn't get them. Oop, I don't want that one. Or a little white dove. More than a feeling. Star Girl, good to see ya. Thanks for being here. At the ad break in 7 minutes, I'm going to go grab another cup of coffee. So, because I am through the first one. Maybe I'll drain the tank, because otherwise I'll have to do that in a little bit. So, FU is here. Good to see you. So yes, we are mining Stargirl. Everyone else, we are mining in Fiend. Everyone is welcome. This is once a week I mine with my viewers. And we provide the boost, we provide the compression, no charge, no tips. We don't take tips. Everything is yours. So feel free to come out and mine with us. Got my fancy skin on my Hulk. There you go. I'm going to have to check it out. Ah, I like it. I like it. Shiny. Shiny. This system is really dark, but it's funny how different ones show up in the system. But yeah, looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. But yeah, feel free to join us if anybody wants throw X or something out in the in-game channel. I'll get you an invite to the fleet so you can figure out where we're at. We do this every Wednesday night American time, Or if you're like me in Europe or I'm in the Philippines, we do it Thursday morning. Thursday morning here. Wednesday night where you guys, where most of you are at. So Stargirl, yeah, you got to put it in the in-game channel. Sorry, Stargirl. I can't invite you from Twitch. So yeah, there's the in-game channel. They haven't invented that one yet. That'll let me invite you from Twitch. Yeah, jump in that in-game channel. I just put the in-game channel, that late night with Silver Wolf, and throw an X in there, and then I'll be able to invite you. Should be a plus at the end of your chat window list. And if you click on that plus, it'll do it. Vince, get ya. Wasn't Xing for in-game. All right, thanks, buddy. Nice, I got top clipper badge. Good job. Good job. Well, you are my top clipper, so makes sense. Okay, gotcha. So you guys are following Star Girls. So yeah, it's saying Stargirl 2020 is not a legitimate Eve name. That's what that is saying there. So when you try and register that name. But yeah, if you jump in the in-game channel and then throw an X in there, I'll see who you are, and then we can get you invited. At the end of your chat list across, there should be an X. Or excuse me, a plus. If you click that, it'll say open new chat window, and you can type in that name, Late Night with Silver Wolf, all one word. And it'll add you to the channel. So yeah, it's IGN for your in-game name. IGC is the in-game channel. But when you did IGN Stargirl 2020, that does not exist in EVE Online. So it will not assign it since it doesn't exist. It checks EVE to see if that's an existing name. So you have to actually be a member of EVE Online with the name you're putting in there. It will not assign it. But that's just for the in-game name. That doesn't have anything to do with joining us for the fleet. So only love I need beside me. Somebody's messaging me. I want you to know. Joe Chico, good to see you, Joe Chico. Sorry, I usually don't check the Discord while I'm streaming, but for this I will. So yeah, you should be verified now. You should see all the channels in there now, so including the one with my house build videos, so or at least a link to YouTube, so everything's on YouTube. Post all the videos from the live events to YouTube as well, so no worries, no worries. Ads are getting ready to start in 10 seconds. Sorry. Damn ads always getting in the way. Oh, actually, I was going to go get some coffee. Let me go get some coffee. Let me go get some coffee. All right, I'll be right back.
The asteroid is depleted.
That needs some... Oh, ads are still on. That doesn't happen very often. All right, we're running out of things. Running out of things. So yeah, we're about done with this belt. Welcome back from the ads. Sorry about having to go get coffee. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for struggling through the ads. We're going to finish this belt off pretty quick. Yep. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to get over to the lot today. I haven't had a video up since Saturday for the lot videos. That was when they completed the floor. So They needed a couple days for the floor to cure before they could put the scaffolding on it. So maybe it's better that the cocoa lumber hasn't been delivered, because they might have started putting wood on it before it was ready. But they were not able to put the scaffolding up on the ground, even with it compressed and compacted. It was not strong enough to hold up the roof. So the roof is going to be a poured concrete roof as well. So yeah, Foreman really knows what he's doing, but they are working on all the beams. They have poured, I think, at least 4 or 5 of the beams up top, upper beams, which I want to get over there to be able to see that, see what they look like. They're doing really good mixture for the beams and the columns. Floor's a little thinner than I thought, but still well within codes here. And the ironic part, Zacrato, good to see ya. Yeah, so they're way above code here. There's really not a whole lot of code here, to be honest. Everybody pretty much does whatever they want. And but yeah, that was another reason that I chose the engineer, was because we saw his work. We went and saw his work, which compared to some of the others we saw is much, much better. So, but yeah, there's not a whole lot of codes here. But ours is rated for earthquake 8.0 earthquake. It will stand up even to an 8.0 earthquake, which they have never had here in the Philippines. Highest they've had, I think, is a 5.0. And so yeah. So now there is a fault line that runs right through Manila, right where my sister-in-law's house is. Fault line runs right through her neighborhood. And the experts have been predicting that. Of course, they've been predicting that for the last 20 years. But as they say, it's 20 years overdue for having a major earthquake. And that it's going to happen right there in her neighborhood. So places with quakes are no joke. Yep. So yeah, so where we're at has never had an earthquake. Never has any flooding. It's actually Batangas as a whole. So I'm in the province of Batangas, which is just south of Manila. Batangas as a whole has very few natural disasters. They have had some, one of the volcanoes is actually in Cavite province, and which borders Batangas. Cavite's north of Batangas, and the volcano that went off in Cavite actually threw ash onto places in Batangas because they're so close, but that's the closest thing they've had to a natural disaster. So yep, we're here, Zacrato. We're in Ufine, so feel free to join us. Jump in the in-game channel, throw an X out there. I'll get you invited to the fleet. You might already, I think you're already in there. Let me get you an invite. I just sent you an invite. Weird. My goodness, even the Veldspar's gone. You guys are killing it. Alright, so after I finish these off, I am going to check out the next one. We went up. We went up in the numbers last week. We'll go down in the numbers this week. So yeah, we'll go down in the numbers this week. But I'll send Craig in to check it out. So I'm going to go down to 7.6. That way we alternate, give them a chance to respawn. Alright, that's it. I'm going to go to 7-6. Check it out. Make sure I got my drones. I got my drones. Cool, cool. Alright.
The asteroid is depleted.
Alright, so this one looks pretty good. I'm going to take out the rats. As I convince all of my drones to attack. I don't know why I have to hit F not over and over and over again to get them all to attack. Actually, yeah, this is a bigger, definitely a bigger belt. Turn. Get these cleaned up. Alright, cool beans. Alright, Skim, if you want to start shutting down, I think we're good. And then I'll fleet warp us.
The asteroid is depleted.
That's it. That's it. See if I can. Oop. Ah, compression still worked. Awesome sauce. Make sure you pull in your drones. Anybody who's got drones out. Excellent. Excellent. Once Scimitar's ready, we'll fleet warp. We got Kragan over there already doing his thing. All right, here we go. Hang on. Hang on.
Warp drive active.
Joe Rowe, good to see you, buddy. I'm afraid what's going to happen when the New Madrid fault finally hits where here in Missouri. Yeah. Yeah, they always talked about that one too. That's I say experts in quotes because I don't find them to be expert in anything. So there are the Hulks all flying in formation. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. There's our straggler retriever. Alright. Somebody already mined out all the Plague 3. That's weird. We usually have that problem. That's alright. Alright, cool beans. Back to mining. Back to mining. Up. Of the tiger. Come on, grab it. There you go. I was gonna say grab it. Alright, thanks, Kim. Appreciate ya. Big hand for Scimitar doing our boost and our compression. Always does an excellent job. Always does an excellent job. It's been 192 years since the last big one. Yeah. And that's why they say, oh, it's due. Oh, it's due. Which is what they always say. The same thing here with the Manila one. Oh, it's due. Like, it may be due, but that doesn't mean it's actually going to happen, so. Alright, we got that cleaned up. Someday they will be right. Yeah, I think that's their thing. Kind of like the weatherman. You know, at least, one day out of 30, he probably is right. Like I said, half the time, if they just looked out the window, they would be more right. But it does have little ones all the time. Yeah, and we've had them there a couple times, I remember. It was weird because I recognized it. It's been probably about 10 years ago. Maybe a little less. But I was sitting with my dogs. Actually, no, it had to have been more than 20 years ago now that I think about it. Because I had cats, and the only time I had cats was with my first wife, and I've been away from her for 20 years. But yeah, I felt something like rock the house, and I looked around like, the hell was that? And the dogs didn't move, the cats didn't move. They were just laying there sleeping, and I didn't think anything of it. And then on the news that night, they said we had like a 3-point something. And I was like, get the hell out of here. But yeah. We had 3 or 4 in two. I think that was it. 2006. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, if I hadn't been already up watching television, I wouldn't have recognized it. It was that uneventful. In fact, like I said, I had to wait for the news to confirm anything even happened because I thought I was losing my mind. I just thought, okay, no big deal. But yeah. That sounds about right. Because, I think actually, it might have been a little earlier than that, the one that I'm thinking of. Because I got married. I met my wife, the current wife, in 2006. We were married 2007. So I would have already been away from the ex at that point. But I suppose it could have been early 2006. But yeah. I've also never won the lottery, so I must be due. Yeah. Yeah. That's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it. Though I've heard from several who have won the lottery. It's the worst thing that ever happened to them. So I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. They always say, "No, that's bad." So SpongeyJon, thanks for the raid, buddy. You guys aren't following SpongeyJon, please give him a follow. Yeah, I'll take that chance. Leo Skyblade, good to see ya. Hands up, pants down. Wow, not a good look. That's why you don't tell anybody you won. Exactly. 7-0, good to see ya. I am doing fantastic. Fantastic. Every day's a blessing. Every day's a blessing. Just appreciate the raid. Appreciate the raid. We are doing viewer mining event today. So I mine with my viewers once a week. Just to show how much I love them. Plus, I'm an industrialist, so I always need the minerals. So, but yeah, if you guys want to join us, we are in Ufine. Everybody is welcome. We got the boost, we got the compression. No charge. We don't take tips. So, we just do it out of the kindness of our heart for you guys. So, if you got an alt that needs to make some money, send them our way. They can make some good money, especially doing Veldspar. So, right now, Veldspar is a big one. And as we've noticed, most of the belts, 2 belts we've been in so far, the Veldspar has been pretty well mined out. So somebody's mining the Veldspar. Because it's top seller at the moment. But yeah, appreciate you. Thanks again, SpongeyJon, for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders. Any friend of SpongeyJon's is a friend of mine. So, appreciate you guys. Yeah, we do this every Wednesday night, American time. Thursday morning here where I'm at in the Philippines. So, American, retired in April. April of last year, I guess now. God, it's almost been a year. Retired in April 2025. Moved to the Philippines permanently. My wife is originally from the Philippines, lived with me in America for 18 years. I promised her when we retired I'd bring her home. And was able to keep that promise. I didn't think we would ever retire, but we actually were able to. So, retired at 57. So, which is kind of unheard of in America. So, but that reason I could retire at 57 is because I moved here. So, we were just talking about winning the lottery, and the dude Vince was saying, "Yep, make sure you don't tell anybody you won." Yeah, everybody. I've actually talked to several people that have won the lottery, and they said it was the worst thing that ever happened to them. Whoops. But yeah, it's the way it works sometimes. But yeah, if you want to join us out here in the mining fleet, jump in the in-game channel, which is here. Our state law requires to be announced. Yeah, most of them do, I think. Yeah, I think Missouri does not. And yeah, and I think Kansas does not. Or Kansas does, Missouri doesn't. I can't remember. I started out in Missouri, ended up in Kansas before we left. Kansas City is what I called home in America for the last 30 years. So, but yeah, there's the in-game channel. Jump in there, throw an X or something in there, and we'll get you invited to the fleet. So, but it is a pretty dumb law. It is a pretty dumb law. I agree. I think the main reason they justified it was because they wanted anybody you owe money to know that you have money. And I think it could be done in a different way. doesn't need to be announced. But yeah, I think that was their justification, which I don't think is a very good justification. You can wait until the deadline to accept it too. That can help not getting caught. Yep, yep. After all the publicity goes away, yep. They say, oh, somebody won. We don't know who. You just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. As long as you don't miss the deadline. Few states allow lottery winners to remain anonymous no matter their earnings. Oh, so Kansas is one. Yep. Kansas and Missouri. Yeah, I thought they were one and the other, but yeah. That's actually quite a few. Julie. Sing it, Lionel. So that's quite a few. 3, 6, 9, 11. 11 out of 50. Not bad. Bum, 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 bum. I did not put the maple syrup in my coffee as I promised Darth I would, but maybe we'll start that tomorrow. See how it goes. Yeah, my biggest problem would be family members. I got 8 brothers and sisters, so. No, all things considered, I think I only have 1 or 2 that I have to worry about. Yep. There's a couple that wouldn't ask that I would help because they deserve it. There's a couple that would ask that I wouldn't help. And then there's a couple that probably wouldn't say one word to me. So. Be like, nope, that's all right. Congratulate. They might tell me congratulations. If we won the lottery, we'd hire her dad as our accountant. He is a head regional accountant for Kruger. There you go. Pay off all your debt and don't accumulate any more, and you'd probably be pretty good. Pay cash for everything. But yeah, it's amazing because I've actually known 3 or 4 people that have won the lottery. Not huge lotteries, but still, you know, life-changing for them. And I think it's 4. All 4 of them said that worst thing that ever happened. I had built me a house in the Philippines. Yep. Damahedron, good to see you, buddy. The Hulk is so good at smashing rocks. It is. I just wish it had a little bit bigger hold. Because without compression, it smashes them faster than the hold can keep up. So yeah, a lot of flying back and forth to stations if you don't have the compression. The look on their faces when I said I got it out of my hands. There you go. Yep. Out of my hands. Yeah, that's it. I think that's probably what I would do. I would give to the family members I thought that deserved it. Keep a little on the side, and I would donate the rest. Problem is, most of the charities are not the most wholesome. Especially the ones doing medical research. Which is frustrating. We talked about that before on stream. Well, there's no money in health. Yep. Healthy people. That's exactly it. Can't make any money off healthy people. Which is its own reward, in my opinion. But that's not the way the majority of the American corporate area thinks. Especially the pharmaceutical. One guy won $2 billion in California and gave an additional 50% to the public school system than he had to, which I thought was amazing. Yeah, that's good. I'm sure they could use it. Public schools, that's a good one. Because man, they yeah, don't get me started on that. The public school system really should be helped out a lot more. Teachers and police officers are like some of our least paid people. Two most important jobs. Ridiculous. Teachers really get horrible. What do you mean he had to? Yeah, they require anytime you win there's a tax that you got to do off of it, and some of that goes to the school district. Yeah, it's tied to the lottery. Yep. It's the way a lot of the states fund their school system. Yeah. Yeah, Booga. We do things weird over there across the pond. Got the most money in the world, but we're not putting it to the right places. Not at all. Yeah. Gambling that you will survive till graduation, so nothing wrong with receiving money for the lottery. I get, yeah. Yep. No, I don't think them tying the lottery off the school system is a bad deal. Well, I think it helps the school systems out a lot. But the government should be taking care of the school systems without having to rely on the lottery. The lottery should be adding to on top of it. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. So, yeah, it goes to maintaining the schools. Yeah, it doesn't actually go to the students. Yeah, it goes to the schools, maintaining the school, teacher raises, things of that nature, building new schools. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't go to the students. Now that would be awesome. Of course, that would also ruin them. Perfect way to ruin a child is to give them a whole lot of money when they're too young to know how to deal with it. Perfect example are child actors. End up with all kinds of problems and I won, I'd have the University of New Mexico for more football training facilities. As long as they name it after me. There you go. Yep. Yep. And actually, you give a donation like that, it's almost guaranteed to be named after you. So, yeah. The Street Corner Becky Training Facility. Yeah, it's got a nice ring to it. Down here, I think it's like 35% of the money people bet is destined to social stuff. So that's not bad. At least then it's going to something good. So basically what they do. Yep, yep. Yeah, at least that way. And I can almost justify buying a ticket then because it's helping out school systems or social programs or things of that nature. So, yeah. But yeah. We usually play one play for $2 when it gets high. Yeah, that's what we used to do. I used to get in with my office mates, mostly as an insurance policy, because I didn't want them all winning and then leaving me to do all the work, because most of them would have left. So they probably would have been back in a year. But yeah, so I did it more as an insurance policy than anything else. But yeah, I'd always get in with them. The problem was, the problem was which office mate do you trust to hold the tickets? Because I don't think I trusted any of them far enough to throw them. So don't get me wrong, I had a good career, but it was a means to an end. So it was a means to an end. So yeah, I would trust me. There you go. Ain't no way I'm working for somebody if I have hundreds of millions. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Was an insurance policy. Make sure if you guys leave, at least I have the opportunity of leaving with you. I don't want that. I don't want to be stuck here by myself, training a new generation. That sounds brutal. That sounds brutal. Something like that happened here. Everyone on restaurant made a bet, and only the boss and one other guy didn't join. They won, and only 2 people had to work next Monday. Yep. They got on TV and stuff. Yep. You see, we are made to pay our staff enough to not need tips, and our schools are government funded. Yep. And you had extra as a parent with a kid. Yep. We have public funded doctor and hospital visits. Yeah, but our lottery is privately run, so maybe some generalized taxes on the winnings. But yeah, yeah. And that's the way it should be done, Booga. Unfortunately, in America, we gamble with everything. So it's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, I agree. You guys also, I think, have universal health care, right? Booga, for those of you who don't know, is in Australia. So, but yeah, the universal health care is something that I think would benefit America greatly. But there's no way to switch it now because the people making all the money would be the ones that would have to take the hit, and they're not going to do that. So, well, it should have happened in the 30s, but I don't think FDR thought that one day we'd have nearly 4. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that is one that we are very short-sighted in America. Very short-sighted. Which is kind of frustrating. But as problems go, there's a lot worse. The people I meet every single time. Every single time. As soon as I hit compress, I got more that comes in. Every time. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. Even if I watch it. For some reason. Always.
The asteroid is depleted.
Always. Law of averages. Law of averages. Oh. I hit compress when I wanted to stack, and stack when I wanted to compress. So, yeah. How far are you from Akari? I have no idea. Yeah, if you plug in Ufine in that upper search bar, it'll tell you. It's not even close between my main and alt for mining amounts. Yeah. Yeah, we call it Medicare. That's what the last part is. It's slowly becoming not as useful as it was. Doctors charging above what the government... Yep. And that's the way it works in America. That's the way it works in America. And then the insurance companies decided, hey, we can get in on this. Let's get some of this. We want a piece of this pie. And they did. Yeah. Don't get me started. Been everywhere.
Thank you.
Gamer Ready, thank you for the follow. Actually, Gamer Ready. I saw the underscore at the end of your name. I thought it was adding thank you in there. I thought that's pretty cool. Sorry. Gamer Ready, thanks for the follow. Medicaid is the public low-income coverage, yeah. Reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. We're out here mining if you want to join us. We're mining in Ufine. It's a weekly event I do on my stream where I mine with my viewers. All are welcome. We provide the boost. We provide the compression. You just reap the rewards. So feel free to come out and join us. Depending on how far Ufine is from you. Joe Rowe asked about Akari. See if I can find it. Okay. Says 18 jumps. Every once in a while, we got some criminals on local. Yeah, they're all good. They won't bother us. We just got raided by the Popo. We're good. There you go. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. And she showed me the way. They have to be suicide gankers if they bother us here, and even then, we got mostly Hulks, so we'll be good. We can distract them. I'll distract them with my guys long enough for the rest of you to get away. The Orca's the big one, is because it'll take time to shut down and everything else, but it's a heck of a tank too. Usually Concord shows up. This is I think a 06 system, so usually Concord shows up before they can get through the Orca. Unless they bring a lot more people. Unless they bring a lot more people. We've actually had several gankers show up to the event on different time, but mostly just to bump us. Get some screen time, so. Because it's definitely not cost effective for them with what we're flying, so. NFL Hall of Fame inductees will be announced tomorrow. Can't wait for that. There you go. Super Bowl this weekend. I don't even know who's playing. Which is pretty sad. That was one I meant to look up prior to... Yeah, I didn't... Super Bowl 60. Yeah, Super Bowl 60. New England Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to root for Seattle. Poor New England. New England's got more Super Bowls than they really need. Seahawks and the Patriots up. Dude, Vince had already said it. Sorry, Vince. Read chat. That's number one on the streamer list. Read chat. Same. If New England wins, that'll be their 7th. Breaking the record they share with the Patriots. There you go. With the Patriots? No, with they are the Patriots. Is it Green Bay? Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers, yep. Yep, Pittsburgh Steelers. I couldn't remember who it was, but yeah. Yeah, what are there, 30 teams in the NFL? And you got 2 with at least 6 each? Yeah, that's crazy. Green Bay's up there too. There's another Google search. Super Bowl wins by team. Alright, list of Super Bowl champions. I don't want that. How many Super Bowls has each team won? New England Patriots have 6. Steelers have 6. Cowboys have 5. 49ers have 5. Yeah, so yeah. You got them pretty much spread across. Spread across the other ones. I don't want the Super Bowl winners. Why did you go there? I just want it rolled up. There it is. Green Bay Packers only have 4. Kansas City Chiefs got 4. New York Giants even have 4. Wow. Yeah, so there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of 7 teams, 10, 20, 30, 34. Over half are in 7 teams. Not really, really spread out. The Vikings have 0. Yeah, I think the Bills have 0 too. There's quite a few, I think, that have 0. Let me see if it has those on there. I didn't look there. Didn't scroll down far enough. Nope, it doesn't have the 0s. It only has the 1s. Seahawks only have 1. Oh yeah, I'm definitely rooting for the Seahawks. Though I doubt I will even watch it. Actually, I won't watch it because I don't have live TV here. So I could probably watch it on the internet, but yeah. Bills and Vikings are 0-4 in the Super Bowl. There you go. Only the Lions, Texans, Jaguars, and Browns haven't at least been to 1. There you go. Yep. Oh, so they haven't even been. Yeah, they haven't even been. Game will be on MP. Actually, I do have Peacock. It's one of the ones I'm paying for currently. I paid for a year with Peacock. I got a good deal. So I do have Peacock, so maybe I'll watch it there. Oh, it'll be in the middle of the night for me. Actually, maybe not. Probably the middle of the morning. Probably be while I'm streaming, to be honest. No, actually, the stream usually starts a little later. It'll probably be on while I'm streaming, yeah. But yeah, I do have Peacock, so I'll have to check it out. Thanks for that, Vince. Peacock's one of the ones I pay for, so yeah. So yeah, we will probably know who the winner is during the stream. Actually, no. Yeah, because it's going to be Sunday. 5:30 p.m., so 3 hours ago, yeah. Yeah, so and we've been streaming 2 hours at this point. So yeah, so it's a good bet. It's a good bet that it'll finish while the stream is on Sunday night, as long as it doesn't get canceled for some reason. You know my wife. I don't think that we got anything going on next Monday, so we should be good. Should be good. Monday here, Sunday for you guys, so yeah. So yeah, we'll call it a Super Bowl party. A Super Bowl stream. Nice thing is my alt has lots of mining hold and mine's slow. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what mine, he doesn't mine so slow. But he's got a big old mining hold, so if I need to, I can always throw it over there. So that works. We think alike. We think alike. Ooh, that's weird. I bet you my crystal broke. Yeah, it's a brand new crystal. Brand new crystal, yeah. Packers have 13 total titles when you add pre-Super Bowl era of 1920, 1965. There you go. Yeah, the Packers. I always thought the Packers were the premier one, but yeah, they were, like you said, that was pre. Kind of shame so many people dismiss almost 50 years of the history. Yep. I have spares. You didn't restock. No, I got them. Thanks, though. Appreciate it. I actually ran out last week, so I had to restock. So, turns out I had them in the station. I just Never put him in the ship. X-Lax smooth move of the week. X-Lax smooth move of the week. Which is kind of my norm. I got some in the Orca too. There you go. I do that with ammo all the time. Yeah, I do that with ammo too. And drones. Here lately, all my my drones have been getting attacked during any of the missions, the combat missions I run, which really frustrates me. And then I forget to replenish the drones, even though I got them. And bum bum bum. My nose is itching. I don't know why my nose is itching. Somebody must be talking about me. Probably my wife, now that I think about it. My wife is in Manila today picking up a package from her niece in China. She sent a package to my wife, and she sent it through a substandard service, it seems, because they will not deliver it to our house. Where the package delivery that we did, it delivered it door to door. So, picked it up at our house in America and delivered it to our house in the Philippines. So, yeah. Hers, I guess, in China, which makes sense because it's Chinese. Said, nope, you got to come to the airport and get it. We'll put it in a warehouse at the airport. You got to come get it. So that's what they're doing today. So why am I not launching missiles? Oh, because I left them to station. Yep. I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. I'm really hoping Torrey Holt makes the haul. He's been a finalist many times. Yep. He always kind of gets shafted. I really don't know what the committee that decides who's in the Hall of Fame really, what they use as their criteria, because there's a lot of people I think that get overlooked, and I don't know if they have a certain number that they can only do each year. I don't know. Like I said, that's one I've never researched because I was afraid I wouldn't like what I found. Abigail's in here sitting with me, but she's sleeping away. She's sleeping away. Actually, I think the wife wanted me to go with him to Manila, and I was like, no. Today's mining day. I can't go on mining day. No. Plus, I really didn't want to go. Too many wide receivers, so that didn't help him. Yeah, they do. There's a limit of like 5 or 6. Okay, yeah, so that must be it. Drew Brees is a shoe-in to get it tomorrow. That makes sense. Yep. First ballot. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Nope. Ah. Ran out of space in my Hulk. Hate when that happens. Hate when that happens. Ah. Yeah, and I guess they're pretty big boxes too, so that she's picking up today. So they wouldn't have fit in our car anyway. So I was like, nope. I'll stay home with Abigail. Yeah, Abigail, you want to say hi? She's out. The Baseball Hall of Fame is even harder to get in. Yeah. And I have heard that one's kind of a difficult one. I don't follow baseball that much. America's game, but I very rarely follow it. So yeah, it's kind of funny that way. Oh. Trying to remember how to play. Brain fart. Carlos Beltran and Jeff Kent just got in, but sometimes nobody will get in. Oh, really? Well, that's pretty good. I'm in a fantasy football league that I've been in for 30 plus years. Oh man, I missed it. We had rats. Sorry about that, guys. That's the other thing I provide is protection, but you can see how well that works. Thanks for taking care of the rats. But yeah, and mostly it's with my college buddies, so it's mostly a way for me to keep in touch with them. But so that's the only reason I even follow football. But I was eliminated really early this year, and that's why I didn't even know who was in the Super Bowl. So. Because, like, yeah, once it's over, once I'm out of it, don't need to follow, don't need to pay attention anymore. Doesn't do me no good. Doesn't do me no good. Doesn't do me no good. Ads are on, sorry. I play in the league with my fiance's family. We just had our 4th year and I won it twice, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I've won once out of 30 years. And that was kind of a shocker. Because those guys were like, God, we must have really sucked this year if Ron won. Ironically, for the last, I think I won 4 or 5 years ago. For the last 4 or 5 years, I've tried to do exactly the same thing. So that I could replicate that win. And that has not worked. Not quite that easy. So yeah. Injuries are the big one in football. Good God. Even after you have an awesome draft, you can have an injury that ruins you. Ruins you. Alright. Oop. About to run out of space. About to run out of space. I make moves almost every week. Yeah, I usually have to as well because of the injuries, but yeah. But that gets expensive too. We have charges for the waiver wires and stuff. And so, yeah. So at the end of every year, I end up owing. Cool, cool. I got them all salvaged. Now I'm collecting them all. Bring my drone back so I don't forget it. Because I will. Been there, done that. Built-in ability. Alright, cool beans. Got it all cleaned up. Got it all cleaned up. Yeah, this is filling up way too fast. Where is Kragan? There's Kragan. He's close. Alright, let's throw these guys over to Kragan. Cool beans. Free up some more room. Free up some more room. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Welcome back from the ads. Sorry, I was talking during the ads. Nothing but professional streaming here. Nothing but professional streaming here. So, yeah. I'm glad to have you guys with me. Glad to have you guys with me. And once again, if you guys want, you're welcome to join us for mining. As I say, we do this every week. We do this every week. The current day is Wednesday night American time. Thursday if you're in Europe or like myself in the Philippines or Australia. This is still Wednesday night in America at this point. East Coast is what? Almost 10 o'clock? 10 p.m. Central would be almost 9 p.m. Mountain would be almost 8 p.m. And of course the West Coast would be almost 7 p.m. So still early. Still early. Probably hasn't even got dark yet. Yeah, probably hasn't even got dark yet on the West Coast. Maybe just got dark. Maybe just got dark. Maybe. All right, clean up our list. Clean up our list. And Hawaii. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about Hawaii. Yeah, let me get started there. Yeah, Hawaii. I should probably count Hawaii. I don't know that I have anybody watching from Hawaii. Maybe every once in a while. I think in Hawaii they have so much to do they don't need to watch Twitch. I remember every time I visited, I was busier than when I was working. So much to see, not enough time to see it all in. And luau's and beach parties and waterfalls. Ironically, Philippines has all that too. It's just not as popular. It's not as popular. All right. That's tourist stuff, though. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess if you live there, maybe it's different. No, I would think a lot of it you probably still go out on the beach every chance you get. Beautiful water, beautiful beaches. Not to be confused with Lord Callis, yeah. There's a guy that streams Eve from Hawaii, Lord Callis Gaming or something. Okay. I didn't realize that. Let's check him out. That was one of the things I always imagined I would do here in the Philippines, is that I would have another cam, which I may hook up here one of these days, that I would have shine outside so you guys can see what it looks like outside. The problem is here it's not very attractive in this rental. So once we get out to our house, maybe. The bigger problem is somebody might use that one to pinpoint my location and send missiles, which would be really bad. I get the house done and then somebody missiles bombs it. As we talked about last week, some of the terrorists down in Mindanao decided to somehow got their hands on an RPG and attacked the mayor, the governor's correction. The governor tried to kill him, but because they're ill-prepared terrorists, they didn't aim correctly. So the RPG didn't hit the vehicle, which was armored. It hit under the vehicle and shot the vehicle up in the air, and then because it was armored, when it came down, the governor survived. And so thank God for that. But But yeah, the big question is, how did they get an RPG? Because that is not something that is readily available here. Some guy you screwed over for Veldspar, yeah, that'd be it. He'd use my webcam to pinpoint the star positions, and then all right, I got him. I got him. He's not gonna steal my Veldspar again, bastard. But yeah, that would be my luck. That would be my luck. So, all right, I'm gonna finish up this Scordite that I'm working on. Oh, we actually got quite a bit more Scordite. Actually, I'll probably have Falstaff mine it. I'm gonna send Craig in to check out the next belt. 7.5. There are some people that take Eve way too seriously, so I could see that happening. I could see that happening. Easy to get one in Russia. They just moved to the Philippines. Yeah, it could be. Though the problem is, I don't know how you'd get it into the Philippines, because it's here. Foreigners can't own any weapons. I mean, they searched everything I had to make sure I wasn't bringing any kind of weapon, any kind of projectile weapon, crossbow, guns, anything, even air rifles. Would have been confiscated, so I knew that ahead of time. But so I'm pretty sure RPG would fall under that. Now I came by plane, so maybe they came by boat or something, and maybe it's a little less. But yeah, hard to say. Sinister Shagger, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, somehow they got it in. They're terrorists, so I'm sure they have methods. But yeah. Bribe. Yep. Years ago during a big battle, somebody went to somebody's house and cut the power. Yep. Seriously? During an Eve battle? Oh, that is too much. Or so I've heard. That is too much. I could see that, though. I really could see that. Some people take Eve way too seriously. Way too seriously. Way too seriously. All right, I'm gonna send Craig to check out the next belt. We're going down. We're going down. We're at 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. Oh. All right. No man, we only got one Scordite left. So yeah, we're gonna be in good shape here. God, there's nothing. I thought there was more than that. Well, Craig better get on it quick. I didn't refresh his list, so I didn't see how many were left. So, all right, no rats. No rats. That's a rarity, and I do see asteroids. So, looks like we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit. So yeah, and there's actually Veldspar here. Some of the higher end Veldspar. So this will be good. So yeah, this one looks like it's going to be a little better for us. So all right, so you might start shutting down, Skim. Actually, yeah, if you're not already shutting down, go ahead. The asteroid's gone. Let me know when you're ready. And I'll warp us to Kragan. I think it's okay to take it somewhat seriously if you invested a lot in your assets, but not to take it out of games here. I agree. Yeah, as long as you keep it in game, yeah, it makes sense because you put a lot of time into it, you put a lot of money into it. But yeah, because time is money. But yeah, to go to somebody's house and cut their power so that you can win a battle in a game, that's probably crossing a line. That's probably crossing a line. Yeah, I think that's crossing a line. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me check and make sure everybody's got their drones in. We got drones in. Excellent. Here we go. Hang on. Hang on. Here we go.
Warp drive active.
Here we go. Hulks are forming up. That's a literal criminal act. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's punishable by law. Exactly. Yeah, so there we go. There's the Hulks. Look at that. I love the formation. I love the formation. Love the formation. The only thing is you can't see the skins very well. There we go. There we go. All right, everybody spread out. Spread out. Not much in the way of plague, but that's all right. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. All right, we're back in business. Back in business. Kragan's still flying, sorry. So that didn't work out. All around me and I don't see an easier way to get out of this. All right, bingo, bingo. But yeah. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. And you're right, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised. Thanks, Scam. You're awesome. You're awesome. Big shout out for Scimitar for doing our boost today. Appreciate him. Him and his whole family are out here, so we appreciate that. Appreciate that. He's over half the fleet. I've got multiple accounts. He's still over half the fleet. Yeah. He's still over half the fleet. So yeah. So yeah, here's my back scratcher fly swatter. So his family of alts, right? Unfortunately, this back scratcher really leaves a lot to be desired. It's not quite strong enough for my back. I like one that kind of rips the flesh off. I really do. I really do. And here I seem to get some very serious back itches. Probably because of the humidity. But yeah. Probably because of the humidity. But yeah. USA for the win. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. You made it feel right. But yeah. That's what somebody said in one of last week's streams. Said, "Hey, you're living in the home of the bamboo back scratcher." Yeah, I don't think bamboo would cut it with my back. Because this plastic one definitely doesn't cut it. Though it works as great as a fly swatter because it's flexible. And it works great as a fly swatter. But yeah. But I'm here in the home of the bamboo back scratcher. And I don't think bamboo's strong enough for what I need. I do have a wooden one I brought from America that I use on occasion. And it literally rips the flesh off my back. My wife's like, "Your back is bleeding." Like, yeah, it was itchy. Note to everyone, if you're out of coffee in the morning, just get some cola. Yeah. Lotion helps with the back if it itches a lot. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is that it's a spot I can't reach. So which means I got to get my wife to put lotion on, and if she puts lotion on, that leads to other things. So yeah, which she doesn't want. We've been married for almost 20 years. She's like, "I'm not going there. Come on, put some lotion on my back." No, not going there. TMI. Put the lotion on the back scratcher. I could try that. So it's about 3-1 with Hulk type 2 crystals versus a Retriever Tech 2 strip miner. Yep. Rats. I see them. Thank you. I got him. Once my drones finally decide they're going to fully launch. I don't know why. They show there, but if I hit F, they will not attack. It's like they're still in process of launching. Like, really? Because if I see them, then they shouldn't be in process. That means they're already out there. Alright, cool beans. Rats are done. Let me salvage these guys up. The salvage drone doesn't have the same problem, though. But yeah, thanks for it, FU. Appreciate it. I try to keep an eye on them, but I'm usually too busy talking. There's one down. And yeah, this is a great idea to bring out the mobile MTU. Bring out the MTU. They almost got one of my drones. Well, that's no good. That's no good. Yeah, that's no good. We can't have that. There we go. Everything salvaged. Pretty soon there'll be no evidence that they were ever here. No evidence they were ever here. Like rats? We don't have no rats. There it is. Ah. There's another one I don't understand. So I launched it from my MTU. So why is it too far away? Shouldn't be too far away. Because it was my MTU. Crying out loud. Alright, let's go. So why did I skip that one? Heck if I know. Yeah, we'll get her. Crazy on You by Heart. Awesome song. Awesome song. Awesome group. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about the yawning. I don't know why I'm so tired. I took a 4-hour nap yesterday. So after we got back from Lipa, about 4 o'clock. About 4 o'clock. I took a 4-hour nap. And still tired. Kind of sums up my life here. I love being retired. I love being retired. In fact, that'll be the deciding factor today of whether I get to the lot or not, is whether I take a nap.
The asteroid is depleted.
Whether I take a nap. Though I probably could take a nap and still go to the lot, to be honest. Because I usually don't go over till 3, 4 o'clock anyway. When they're starting to, so I'm not in their way. I don't like being in their way. They finish up at 4, so they're supposed to start at 7. But here lately they've been starting earlier because it's getting warmer during the day. And they want to be done before it gets too warm. So I take a nap while napping. There you go. There you go. There you go. Well, and I'm kind of hopeful that the wife will be home before I go over to the lot so she can go with me. But because I'm pretty sure, as mentioned earlier, Foreman won't be there. He's the only one that really speaks reliable English. My Tagalog is not coming along as well as I would hope. I really need to find another way of going about that. Sing it, Huey. Sing it, Huey. But yeah. Unfortunately, Foreman had a death in his family. One of his brothers passed away. One of his brothers works for us, is on the site. And his cousin is on the site. Kind of keeps it in the family. And so I'm assuming all three of them, him and his brother and his cousin, will be going to pay their respects. So yeah, I'm thinking they're probably already gone, depending on whether the supplies showed up or not. But since the supplies haven't been showing up, figured we would see. So yeah. But I'll go over since I haven't filmed anything. We were over on Sunday and I didn't film because I was just like, you know what? We were just there Saturday and I really couldn't tell that there was anything different. So we mostly went over to see Foreman because he just got back. We went over to see Engineer, and Engineer had left right before we got there. Even though my wife had messaged him ahead of time, said, hey, we're coming. She had messaged him, of course, 2 or 3 hours ahead of time to say we're coming. And he finally got tired of waiting and said, all right, I'm leaving. Though he didn't tell us he was leaving. And so, yeah. So it turns out he left like 15 minutes before we got there. Go figure. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And we got to see him yesterday in Lipa. So, the Lipa, I was actually thinking they were almost done, the Lipa project. Which I was hopeful for, because once it's done, they'll stop bothering my foreman with it. But they're not almost done. They still got a lot of finishing to do on the Lipa project. Which I was pretty surprised by. But he said most of it is because I guess the client keeps running out of money. So, which has got to be frustrating from a contractor perspective. Keep starting, stopping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. That's kind of ridiculous. So, Fern Kitsuin, good to see ya. Nice old mining. Yep. We do this once a week. I mine with my viewers. And so, yeah, it's like watching paint dry. But yeah, you're welcome to come out here and join us. We still got an hour and a half left. So yeah, feel free to come out and join us. We are in the high-sec system of Ufine. And so yeah, just normal ores, normal mining. Great for a new alt, if you have a new alt. Want them to make some money while they're skilling. We do this every week. We provide the boost, we provide the compression, You take all the ore. We don't accept any tips or any... We don't charge. So... You know about the moon mining park in Tvink? I do not. I had heard there is one high-sec system where they're doing some moon mining, and somebody had told me about it, and I have not contacted the guy yet, but because yeah, I do need moon mineral. Moon minerals are the one big thing that I buy a lot of, so a lot. So yeah, I do this for a change of pace. Yep, that's also the nice thing too. Nice and relaxed, no looking over your shoulder. All nice and laid out. So that's me. Was that you? All right, cool. Thanks for that. But yeah, I have not contacted them yet. But yeah, I'm planning on making a new alt. I was actually planning on doing it this week, but the week kind of got away from me. That I was going to join a Nullsec Corp. One of my viewers, Lego Maniacs, shout out to Lego Maniacs, is in a Nullsec Corp. And they do a lot of moon mining. And so I was going to join his corp and do some moon mining with him with one of my alts. I still got one spot left on my 2 accounts. But I can't think of a name for my new alt. And so that's delaying that, me pulling the trigger on that. Don't go to Nullsec, yeah. Got 30 moon miners out there, 30-day moon pops every day, all open to the public for free to check it out. Yeah, I definitely will. I definitely will. Yeah, I will.
The asteroid is depleted.
Yeah. Nullsec's good for PI and a lot of other things too, so yeah. Maybe that's just how it's got to be. Up. REO Speedwagon. All right. And mining is social. Yeah, nullsec is safer than highsec, I think. Sometimes, yeah, highsec is a lot more interactive, yeah. Bump, bump, bump. He's only doing... Yeah, it'll just be one character. So last time I went to null, I got bored and left the game. Mining is social, yeah. I remember the old days where you did mining by yourself. And God, that was the most boring. Falling asleep while mining. Oh, my Lord. So yeah, I do gotta admit it's a lot better now with friends. So join goons or initiate. Yeah, it's a goon corp. So yeah, I've never moon mined. Can you with the details? So moon mining is where you mine moon of a. Yeah, state the obvious. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, there's a bunch of resources that go into the tier 2 ships that come from moon mining and reactions. And so, yeah, so moon mining is where you're mining those resources. I usually just buy them off of the market, which is expensive. And so I've always wanted to get into moon mining so that I can do it. It requires different skills, different modules, different everything, like everything else in EVE. So, but the station, yeah, pulls a rock out of the moon and you mine the fragments. Yep. And look at the station name. The number is the day it pops. Warp to the station and you're good to go. Each belt has about 2 billion in them. Cool. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, so I may start the new alt out doing that. And going there to Vink. I think I checked. TVINK. I think I checked it to see how far away that was. If you sing a Barry. Come on. Hello. Good God, that took very... Yeah, so it's only 15 jumps. Only 15 jumps. So yeah, it's not too bad. Near heck. What the heck? But yeah. You only knew what I'm going through. Alright. But yeah, sweet. You can also join the Eve Guru Discord server if you have any questions. We also own the Arn or Low-Sec manufacturing park. Cool, cool, cool. Is there a time they mine? I've been ratting the past few days, but the moons are corp activities and super social. There you go. Yep. Yeah, and that's what Lego said. Even with them doing it in nullsec, it's still super social. Yeah. But yeah, I need to go check it out. Maybe we'll do that on stream one day. Let's see what it looks like. My corp does a lot of mining. I barely know there. Yeah, exactly. You can find mining fleets all the time and also PvP fleets. Yep. I'm not a PvPer, so yeah. That's the only problem I have with nullsec. Because I tend to get... Every time I go to nullsec, I get attacked. And I'm not very good at defending myself. Just remember, all moon mining happens in 0.5 systems, so you get occasional trouble. Yeah, and that makes sense. We're in 0.6 here, so yeah, so we understand. And the Empire belts are always in 0.5, so they were always troublemaker. They used to attract troublemakers too, but it's all good. That's part of the mining business. It's having to deal with troublemaker. I doubt they would want you to stream their mining, but I'm sure Lego Maniacs will give you the deets. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the high sec one, not the null one. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the high sec one while I build up the skills on the new guy, and so yeah, so maybe we'll stream that one day, or I'll take one of my existing characters out there to the high sec one and do some mining. Because honestly, I've never done it myself, so it's going to be a learning curve too. Fingers bleeding now. Horrible, horrible habit. If you guys aren't doing it, don't start. Like a retriever, at least. Yeah, it shouldn't cost too much to inject the alt to be good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm too cheap for that, Vince. I'll just train it myself. So, yeah. I'm way too cheap for that. Way too cheap for that. Way too cheap for that. Though, ironically, I do have a bunch of injectors from the last deal I did with Marquis Dragon. So I may pull it from one of my other alts. Because I'm not mining with them on a regular basis. So yeah, maybe something I do there. I've been thinking about that. You're the piano man. I got a few MCTs in the last pack. Yep. So that's what I'm doing too, hacking to do alternate areas of space. Yep. Yeah, I think I got all my MCTs going now. And I did put boosters on them all, though I discovered one of my guys didn't have biology for some reason. Don't know how that happened, but, you know, X-Lax Smooth Move of the Week. Never a dull moment. So, yeah, I wasted the booster by putting it on him because it only gave me like 24 hours instead of 191 hours. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it needs to be. It needs to be. And I can't believe I didn't have it on that guy. So, he was one of my older alts, so it was kind of funny. Because I was like, what the hell? I wonder if biology is something they added since I had created him, and that's why he never got it, and I've never used a booster on him before, so I don't do a whole lot with him. So honestly, I probably don't need to spin up a new ult. I probably could take one of the ones I have and send them out, which would probably be better. But I got a bunch of guys that just sit around. I do dailies with them. I think I'm doing PI. I got one guy I don't even have PI on, so yeah, he could probably take him. I have no idea what he's got trained, so. Yeah, I am farming my alt with MCT for extractor. There you go. There you go. Oop, what happened there? I want to say every freaking time. All right, cool beans. Cool beans. Yeah, so yeah. I think I have one MCT left on the on Kragan's account because he only had one alt. So, but yeah, well, I'll probably burn it next month. I have the same issue, but also mutated drones, so they drop off at different times. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, the drones are always... Those ones always crew it up. Side me. Going through the belt. Going through the belt. You've been dreaming now. Yeah, the drones, they always drop off at different times. I gave up on trying to keep up with them, so. Yeah, I got to figure out even what modules I need for moon mining, to be honest. Sun's bright here today. Man, the search in Eve is really slow. Of course, I don't know. I just put in moon. So it's probably going to find 500 characters that have moon in the name. Well, that's weird. It didn't give me any modules. I was expected to give me some modules, and it didn't give me any characters. That's weird. Check the skills. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is figure out. I don't know what module I even need. I figured there was a moon mining module. And moon mining just takes normal mining skills unless you're using crystals. Okay. And do the crystals, are they different type of crystals for the strip miner ones or the faction? Okay. So that's why it uses the same one. So that's awesome. There are moon crystals if you use T2, yeah. So yeah, I would probably use T2, but I don't have the moon crystals. So strip miner with moon crystals. Old timer, thanks for the input. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. There is not, just use different crystals. Yep. Okay, cool. There it is. Uncommon moon mining crystal. Yeah, that's the other problem. Rare. I have no idea what moons they have there. So yeah. And unfortunately, if you do the tier 2s without crystals, they're like worse than a tier 1. So yeah, I just put a tier 1 on. Miner 2 and your Pioneer will do it, but be slow. Yep. Put the crystals in fleet. Yeah. Thanks for that, FU. Our corp has 3 R16s, 1 R32, and 1 R64. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's in. Maybe I'll fly out here to Vink and see what's there. See what kind of moons they have, or just ore stripper, 0 residue. Yeah, that's probably what I want. I probably should make myself a new one. That way I can leave it there, maybe make another jump clone. I have an alt set up that I'm going to actually put in the wormhole if we ever find it. So I could use him. But I know what'll happen is if I use him, then we'll find the wormhole that I'm looking for. And then I'll have to bring him back and put him in there. I have been thinking about getting mutated strippers, yeah. Yeah, I noticed Serpent Power, one of the other Team Mothership guys. He was doing the mutated stuff. I didn't even realize that was something in Eve. And I was like, crap, how did I not know about this? So yeah, it's kind of amazing. I've been playing for 23 years and still didn't know that one. So yeah. Sitting here twiddling my thumbs, not mining. I hate when that happens. I think so. I think you can mutate them in a certain direction. So if you want, if you want more yield, you can mutate them for that, or lower, lower cycle time. You control what you mutate them for. But yeah, I haven't done any research on it, but I was just watching Serpent Power one day and he mentioned it and showed it being done, and I was like, get out of here. Like, I had no idea that was part of Eve. Kind of makes sense.
The asteroid is depleted.
Oh, whoa. But yeah. So yeah, I need to look into that. Let's see if it really makes a difference, or there's one of the other gimmicks CCP's come up with. Which wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Bum, bum, bum. So what else? What else? There was a couple things I was going to talk to you guys about, and for the life of me, I don't know what they are.
The asteroid is depleted.
Someday you'll pay. You might find some mutated strip miners under contracts. Yeah, XD is doing mutated strips and makes the strip ones about as good as faction ores, but the chance of rolling those stats is super low. Out of 500 try, you got like 2 really good ones. Yeah, 30 usable ones. Yeah. Yeah. It's another gamble thing. Yeah. Like the hypernet crap, which I am not a fan of. Not a fan. But I know a lot of people are, so. Actually, I know a lot of streamers are, so it's kind of funny. So what happens to the ones that don't make the cut? Yeah, I think there's just, you lose them. So yeah, so the strip miners are fairly expensive to begin with. So yeah, out of 500 tries, you get 10 you might be able to work with. That's 490 that are crap that you're just throwing away. So yeah. Or either throwing away or you lose as part of the process. So yeah, it gets expensive. Sell for cheap on contract or trash them, yeah. Yeah. But that's become a big thing in Eve, is the whole, yeah, he's rolling strip one, so it's like 5 million per try. So that's not too bad. You can get decent ones for cheap in the contracts, but it is a gamble. Yep. And that seems to be the way CCP's been going with Eve, is add more gambling things. No, somebody said the mutated stuff has been in there for quite a while, which I never knew, but yeah, it's. Yes, I know. I hate gambling. How can he put his hard-earned money into thin air? Yeah, it's amazing how many people do. So we were talking about that earlier, about winning the lottery. Come on, Craig, and you got to tell me when your asteroid stops. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Abyssal roll. The mutation thing was in game for a long time. Yeah. You could roll shield or prop modules, but they just added the mutated miners. Okay. I decided I wanted to try HyperNet. Spent 200 million, and out of all the things I want, Nurgle, I'm done with that part of Eve now. Yeah. So the mutated stuff is from Abyssals? I didn't realize that, so that makes sense. There's a bunch under contracts. Abyssal mutated strip miner. There you go. How much are they going for, old timer? Bum, bum, bum. Anytime I search contracts, I never find what I'm looking for. It's a pain in the ass. If I would roll a cheaper miner, that would you guys recommend? The miner 2s or the EPS miner? So I think he said he was doing miner 1s is what XD's doing. And so that way it's only 5 million a pop, but he said he did 500 of them. That's still 2.5 billion in miners. Only got 10 that were usable. You know, that's kind of rough. Yeah. Yeah, I got the T2s on, but I get a lot better than the T1s with the crystals, but yeah. And I build the crystals, so that saves me a little bit there, so. It was low. Oh, why my nose is itching.
The asteroid is depleted.
I want to roll them to use, so I can only use normal miners because of alpha. Okay, yeah. So you want to use, yeah. So use the T1 strip miners. Mutated ore strips. The good rolls are going for 2 billion to 8 billion. Okay, that makes sense. Depends what you're mining. Also, I hear with full boost, T2 B-type crystals are where it's at now. So yeah, I use the A's, but yeah, everybody's been saying I need to switch to the B's. So we got full boost out here tonight. So yeah, there's something to be said for that. Yeah, you can roll minor 2s even if you're alpha. Wow, that's good. They'll let you gamble with stuff you can't even use. So that way you could roll them and sell them. So yeah, there are faction miners that alphas can use. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You think they will be better than EPS? I don't know. That's the other thing, is it's all a gamble, so you never know if it's going to be better or not. So yeah. If you're looking to get ones for you to use, then you probably want to stick with the stuff you can use. But if you're looking to get them to sell, I mean, that's a hell of a payday for 2 billion to 8 billion. If you actually get the good roll, that's a pretty good deal. So yeah. Guess that's what makes it worth it, why people do it. So That's why people do it. Because there's a possibility. The yield is higher. I wouldn't care about the residue chance. Yeah. Yep. Come on.
The asteroid is depleted.
That's weird. Alright, I spent like $500 million to roll 8 minor 2s for my home front setup. There you go. Sorry, ads are on. Yeah. You're already committing to spend like $100 million to roll good lasers, yeah. Yeah, $500 million. No, the good miners, that's worth anywhere from 2 to 8 billion, so it's worth it, I guess, at that point. My problem is my luck. One for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. That's why I don't gamble. Gravids are better, yes. I think multi-facet prices have gone up since then, yep. Could probably skip the decades if I'm rolling miners too, right? Yep. Decade or just practice. You can roll EPS with decades, I guess, yeah. But I'm generally decayed is useless. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Alan, good to see ya. Oh, man. They're disappearing faster than I can target them. Alright, I'm going to send Craig in to go check out the next belt. This will probably be our last. Where are we at? 5, so we're going to go to 4. Keyhole song, yep. Unstable is where the money sink is, yeah. Never do love before. Uh-oh. Rats. Alright, so they got no Scordite 3, but they do got Plague 3, and they've got Veldspar 3, so that's not bad. We got rats shooting at me. Alright, trying to get in position. So when you guys come, I'm ready. Good God. Ah, my hole filled up. Of course it did. Of course it did. Of course it did. Hello from Siberia. Good to see you, J. Kenmore. Welcome from Siberia. Welcome from, and we're in the Philippines here. Opposite sides of the equation. Never gets cold here, never gets hot where you're at. Bad news on the doorstep. Skim, if you're not already shutting down, feel free. Hulk does have the smallest door hold. It does. But it mines the fastest, so. Especially with skills, so. Which kind of compounds the problem, but yeah. This will be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so. Yep, they're down. Thanks, Kim. I'm going to finish this last one off, but we should be good. Yep, it's gone. It's gone. Let me know when you're ready. All the drones are in. You're Philippines. I'm just envy. There are negative 27 degrees Celsius in our region. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're the opposite side. We're the opposite side. Yep, we're the opposite side, so. Only Johnny, good to see ya. Not good at all for solo mining. Yeah, you're right, old timer. I only have it out here when I have my alt with me who has flies a retriever, so that way I can always kind of put them together. Excuse me. You and me. All right, here we go. Hang on.
Warp drive active.
Courtroom was adjourned. Kind of see the skins. There's all the Hulks forming up. I love the formation flying. I just think that's awesome. I just think that's awesome. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. This will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die. In a summer swelter. Alright. It's just the mining today. Yep, every Wednesday night, American time. Thursday here in the Philippines, we do. I do a viewer mining event where I mine with my viewers. So everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. So yeah. To take the field. The music died. Drove my Chevy to the levee. Even I am welcome, so you know he's not lying. There you go. I brought a retriever into my Ferex fleet today. Nobody noticed. My Z skill went up by 40. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Scimitar still trying to get in position. Jack Flash sat on the candlestick cause fire is the devil's only friend. Fish on. Thanks, Skim. Perfect timing. I was just about to run out of space. The day the music died. But the levee was dropped. Happy news. She just smiled and turned away. All right, all cleaned up. Retribution. If I bring a retriever, they'd kick me out. There you go. I sent my alt to pick up some type B if you want a pair to try out. Now, I actually have type Bs as well. I build them for Almonxy, who's not here tonight. But yeah, I've tried them, and I didn't get as much ore. I got a lot less. And so, now that was months ago. I haven't tried them since the upgrade. So, I don't know if they tweaked them. But yeah, I have them. But thanks for the offer. Appreciate it, FU. Yeah, I started building them because everybody said they were better. And then I tried them and they weren't. But I don't know if it was a bad event, bad week. We had several weeks where there's another mining fleet that would come out and mine out all the belts before we got there. So all we got were scraps that had just respawned, which were crap. And so it could have been something along those lines. So, but yeah. But yeah, I build them both. A's, B's, A2s, and B2s. So. The problem is they're super expensive on Nox. Which is the one mineral I am always short of. Always. Once again, thanks, Skim, for the boost. Special thanks to Scimitar for boosting tonight. Appreciate it. Looks like the boost should counter the residue. Yep. We are doing fleets around branch to mine large R&R business. That's selling pretty well. In our main trade, hold on, I'm not sure, but I think there's one dude buying it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, buying it all. Yep. I knew what you meant. But yeah. Probably one guy is buying it all. So yeah. The Veldspar is actually selling really good at the moment. So I actually sold the Veldspar instead of selling the Trit. And I made more. I don't know that it was significantly more, but... And since I had to carry it in a different ship and make different trips, it was kind of a pain. The trip takes up a lot less space, so... But yeah. And I think that's what's happening tonight, is these guys all know the Veldspar's in demand. So these guys are picking up the Veldspar, so good for them. Good for them. Yeah, and nephew, that's why I tried to do apples to apples. So Scimitar usually boosts for us. He's got max boost. And so, yeah, so I did 2 weeks where we were doing that. But like I said, that was months ago. I probably need to do another test to make it official. But yeah, for that week, I got a lot less ore. A lot less. Like I said, I don't know if it was some other factor. It was just a bad week. We had, like I said, we had a couple weeks where we had trouble finding enough asteroids. We changed belts 6-7 times. So, I'm buying around 50 Veldspar daily and Jita to hold. Maybe on industry, I don't know. It's hard to get yeah. Yeah, the Veldspar's been buying like hotcakes, so... And normally in our mining events, after I finish mine, the Veldspar is the only thing left, and I got to do it. But these guys are targeting the Veldspar first, which is good. So we're all finishing up around the same time, so it's working out pretty good. But yeah, this will be our last belt. We got about 40 minutes left. No, you're good. I got some crazy good roll on ore strips with unstable multiplasma. Can I share the image here? Hold on. Yeah, you should be able to now, Sinister. Yeah, you should be now. There you go. No problem, no problem. Yep. I clicked on the wrong thing. Go away. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, somehow it opens you up and now I can't get you closed. There it goes. Tried to click on the link, but then you commented again, and so it rolled it down and I missed the link, but yeah. Cool. So it looks like it's not that bad. Was that your... Have you been doing it for a while, or is that one of your first ones? If Corp actually leave Alliance and we move out, I won't be able to practice rat anymore, so my idea is to use the rest of Mega Time in my alts around 2 months to mine Veldspar, new character, high save. There you go. That works. Well, like I said, you're welcome to join us. We do this every Wednesday night American time, Thursday morning if you're in Europe, Australia, or like myself, the Philippines. We do it every week. This is the one stream I try not to ever miss.
The asteroid is depleted.
That has been known to happen, but It usually has to be a pretty good reason for me to let the wife cancel this one. Yeah, Type B is giving same yield, just faster. Yep. First 3 tries. Good job, Sinister. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I just don't have any of the boost ships or anything like that. It would be like 4 ventures. There you go. Yep. Yeah, you at least got to train them up to get into a retriever. I don't think you can do barges on Alpha. Yeah. Yeah, because the storage space in a venture is not the best. So, yeah, you're flying back in time. No problem, old timer. Have a good night. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Is there ice to mine in high? Yep. Yeah, there is ice in high sec. If you go out to the agency resource harvesting, and you can look at ice belts, and you'll find the ones that are in high sec. So. But yeah, you too, old timer. Thanks again. I don't know if they spawn dreads or not. But yeah, you do have ice in high sec, so. Alright, leave the fingers alone. Come on. Stop. Sorry, picking my fingers. Once I get irritated, it's all downhill. Is it safe to mine ice and high like Veldspar? I mean, a venture with 2 goblins can fully AFK in Veldspar. Yeah, you can still do ice. The problem is you can't do it with a venture, so it can't fit each of the ice takes up a huge amount of space, so the venture won't do ice. So I think for ice you need you got to be Omega. So. But yeah, you can sit in high sec and mine ice. It's usually pretty, you get the same regular rats and stuff, which usually aren't too bad in high sec, so. Every single time. Fucking A. But yeah, ice is Omega only, yeah. Inject barges into them, fit a retriever, ice harvesters, yep. You could do that, yep. And the retriever does pretty good. I think the Mackinac, which is tier 2, is better with ice, but yeah, you don't want to go that far. So worst part of high sec is the gankers. Yep. Yeah, I think you get more gankers with the ice than you do with Veldspar. Of course, I don't know. The Veldspar's worth so much now, you might get gankers for Veldspar too. So, because they're expecting people to do it AFK. So Since it's just Veldspar, so. Yeah, yep. Because ice is worth a lot more, yeah. The gankers have stations of their own. They need to refuel, and they can't refuel them because they don't mine their own ice. They just steal it from everybody else. So yeah. Yeah, that's good. It's negative ganking isn't too common nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, you still got a lot of suicide gankers. Still got a lot of suicide gankers that just lose money left and right. I probably haven't seen too much of it in maybe the past month, maybe a month and a half, but every time I've been ganked, they did not make any money. I'm always in high sec, so they got destroyed by Concord before they were able to loot anything. I came back, I salvaged their ships and my ship. I end up making money on the deal. There's no way they made money on the deal. So, but they got, you know, since I'm a streamer, they got a clip of ganking a streamer, which is all they wanted. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing, Johnny, I'm trying to get towards is doing reactions as well. So, but you got to set up a station for that. So, unless you got a good one you can use. And I don't think those can be in high sec. Though I'm not positive of that. So. Only time I ever got ganked in high, it was an alt miner that was in our null corp, so he was red to me. There you go. Yep. Red shirt, dead shirt. Ganking for tiers is the worst. There you go. That's it. Yeah, and they never get tears out of me. I usually laughing at them because I can't believe they lost all that money. But if they can get a clip, they love it. Whether I react the way they want or not, they still like the clip. Then they can add it to their montage. Yeah. Then they can add it to their montage. It's so good. More than a touch or a word we say. We camped a gate for 6 hours a day. It counts as ganking for tiers. Yeah. I don't know about ganking for tiers when you're camping a gate. You got a purpose there. And I'm sure you guys got the loot. So the high sec gankers are the ones I think that more gank for tiers because they never get any of the loot. They never get any of the loot. Which is the main reason for ganking, is to try and get the loot. That's why PvPers do what they do, is for the loot. And just bragging rights to be able to say they killed such and such, but But yeah. Damn it. Every freaking time. The only thing that would be crying would be patience, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of sitting around. Now, how many people did you have go through the gate in 6 hours? Or try to go through the gate in 6 hours? Probably quite a few. So, probably not bored. Well, I was practice ratting in the other screen, making 500 million an hour. Yep.
The asteroid is depleted.
What do you mean the asteroid's depleted? Shows it's right there. It's too far away. So it gave me the wrong message. I'm actually too far away from the asteroid, so rather than tell me I'm too far away, it said the asteroid's depleted. It's like smooth move of the week. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. Together. Killed like 20 people. Really slow movement there. Yeah. Still 20. 20 people in 6 hours. Yeah, that's kind of... The whole world sings. Sing it, Barry. Bum, bum, bum. What did you make off of those 20 people? What was the loot like? Was it worth it? It's in your soul. Nobody's targeting that one. Why? Through your eyes, I'm young again, even though I'm very old. I'm really new into PvP, so I just bling it out. T1 fits, even possible, and go lose them in PvP with the guys who actually know what they're doing. There you go. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. Yeah, I don't do PvP. I am worthless at PvP. Which is the big problem with joining Nullsec Corp, because I think PvP is kind of required. You can move. It's for me, it's for you, it's for you, it's for me. It's a worldwide symphony. Holy shit, there's something going on in Amazon. 300 plus in local. There you go. Yeah, probably a big... That's a big gank place. Write the songs of love and special things. Didn't even make 200 million. Yeah, see, that sucks. Yeah, see, if they had some good loot, then it'd be worth it. But yeah. Then again, you never be sure who's flying around with what. Everything in Eve is a gamble, right? This hours are usually 30 people max. I think it's a war. Yeah, I killed my Nyx Imbus with the miner for the first mission in the game. I have no idea why he was in null. There you go, yeah. Yeah, can't be sure. And I need to start thinking about who we're going to raid. Start thinking about who we're going to raid. Let's see. Who's out here? Who's out here? Narcos is doing Star Citizen, so he's out. It's Goonie's out there. I haven't raided him in a while. Mr. Savage is out there. He's got more than It's Goonie. XD's out there. He's got more than It's Goonie. Who else? Shad Squat's out there. He's got way more than It's Goonie. Some crazy guy named Bondar JR. He's got less than everybody else too, so... Somebody finally targeted that one. Like, yeah, looks like it's gonna be It's Goonie. Looks like it's gonna be It's Goonie. Looks like it'll be It's Goonie. Dead Minds is on. Let me see. I didn't see Dead Minds. Let me check again. Yep, Dead Minds only got one viewer. That makes him a winner. Dead Minds is on. Yeah, so let's do Dead Minds. You got it. He's lower than It's Goonie, so yep, we'll give him the love. Dead Minds is on. I'm not sure why he didn't come up. I know I'm following him. Too many people streaming. Is the new ship from the last winter event any good for casual ice mining? Bros who are trying to fleet up on the weekends in our ice belt. I don't know about ice mining. It's good for a lot of other things, but I haven't tried it for ice mining. Depends on which ship you're talking about, too. Are you talking about the Outrider or the Odysseus? The event ship is only for ice mine. There you go. It is so expensive. It is so expensive. Yeah, you'll be a target. Yeah, you will be a target. That's the other problem. Boom, 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 boom. Ah, crap. Typical. As soon as I stop watching. And it doesn't tell me that it deactivated. Which I don't get. Perseverance. There it is. Yeah. Well, it was free for me. Yeah, it wasn't free for completing the track, but that is the only way to get it. Yeah. Yeah, I never completed that track. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't think a whole lot of people have. Which is kind of silly. Nice and easy for people to get. But, yeah. I think I completed it on 8 characters. There you go. See, Lego's always an overachiever. So, yeah. I just want to bling it out, new bros, and say, do the event, boys. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they say it is really good for ice. So, but yeah, be careful. It's liable to attract the wrong attention. Of course, if you're null, you already kind of get that attention, so it's probably not a big problem. But I'm going to hoard those BPCs until they're worth 1 trillion each. There you go. Oh yeah, so it gives you the BPC. Yeah. I think I did build some of those now that you mention it. Nope. Doesn't look like I did. Unless I spelled it wrong. Yeah, there it is. I did build one. I got a blueprint for it. I didn't build it yet. In Venelin. Yep. Oh, I know. I built one. Perseverance. Why did it not come up with a... Oh, it's SEV. Yeah. It says 2 items. So I got a blueprint and I have the destroyer. So I built one. Yeah. So yeah, I got one from... Yeah, so I did get those. That was part of the event. Yep. I got one with Falstaff and one with Kragan, so... Yeah. I did build one. I built one and then I saved one, so... I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. I think I got it muted quick enough. Good God. That was rough. I think I blew out a lung. I think I blew out a lung. Yeah, BPCs, yep. Yeah, I built one and saved one, so... But yeah, I didn't realize they were that rare. So, I had planned on using mine, but I don't do ice very often, so... So yeah, so that was the actual event track, the Winter Nexus event track. They gave that one, so there should be a bunch of them out there. So, because I know a lot of people completed the track, but like you said, maybe they're just saving them, waiting for them to top out like Lego. Top out like Lego. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. All right. So yeah, so we'll raid Dead Mines. I haven't checked to see how long they've been on. I probably need to check that because he's probably going to take off before we get over there. He's been on 4 hours, so we'll see. God, he's only got one person watching him after 4 hours? That sucks. He's playing the same music, which is good. Yeah, let me go ahead and get him rated. That way we don't miss him. I see you're already there. Yeah, I'm trying to build a Sigma for myself. I was doing the math. I didn't have the data around like T2. All right. I got the raid set up. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll finish up what we got here. I don't know that we'll finish the whole belt, but we'll at least complete it there. But I want to make sure to raid him before he takes off, so we give him some love. But yeah, appreciate you guys. And we will see you tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. So, all right. So we'll see you in a bit. Take care, Johnny. Take care, Lego. Appreciate you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow.